Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome one and all. How are we doing? Most importantly, how are you doing? Alright, Billy Nabe Boz. Hello, Roy Sheen. I do have a few updates for everybody tonight, so we're gonna get into that. Let's just make it clear. So, number one. So I make everybody aware of it. I had as a draw, so 3-0 was better than what I thought. That says full. Wrong word. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. I am taking a break from SmackDown. And I want to do other things. So yeah, I am dropping SmackDown. Except it's not. Because neither are particularly great. But I quite frankly don't want to I don't essentially want to review SmackDown anymore. At least not for a long while. It's hard to be motivated by SmackDown. Now, it's easier to do Raw because it's at the start of the week and you can have a bit of fun. Well, I can have a bit of fun destroying it, but with SmackDown, I feel like I'm just watching the same show and that's not helping. Which nobody will really understand what I mean by that. So to explain it probably isn't the best idea. And I'm thinking I want to do something different in the meantime. I don't know how long I'm not going to review SmackDown for. But I'm going to make it so. And I am thinking that I'm going to do something very fair. So I'm actually going to do this. I think it's only fair. I'm going to do the exact same for Collision. And honestly, it's not because I don't like either show. I think we can do so much more in over the 2 days than we can reviewing SmackDown or Collision. Especially if it gets that pay-per-view weekend. I have to drop the reviews to preview the shows. What's the point? Like, what's the point of having to get to a pay-per-view weekend to then having to drop a review show? I can't do a live review. I physically don't have that option. Hello, Bark. How are you? So yeah, I think what we can do is we can do other content in the meantime. So if you tune in tomorrow looking for a SmackDown review, if you tune in on Sunday looking for a Collision review, the answer's no. And please don't ask me when I'm going to resume them, because I don't know. So going forward, it'll be, in terms of review shows only, I'm going to bring one show back, and then I'm going to start doing more of these, because I haven't covered a few things in quite a while. So I'm going to start reviewing New Japan again. I'm going to start reviewing indie stuff that's not been around for a while. And I'm sticking with Ring of Honor, Dynamite, Impact. I'm going to go back to Ring of Honor and do some of them. I haven't watched the Ring of Honor for a little while, so as of next week, the double reviews will be back. But it means I can do this. And I've taken inspiration from a channel that I actually like to watch. So if you've never heard of this channel before, I recommend it. I recommend a YouTube channel that actually does a lot for like review basis and how they go into like how far they go into their reviews and their diverse views. So if you've ever seen this channel before, I'm not going to directly copy them, but I'm going to take inspiration from them. This right here is called Wrestling Bios. And I think they're an excellent channel. And I like the way they go back and forth, very unbiased, fair reviews, fair appraisals, exciting content, and it's purely just professional wrestling all in general. This is their most recent video, which is actually really good. As they call it, it's the Reviewing the War series they do, Raw versus Nitro. Now, I'm not going to go and do Raw versus Nitro, because again, it's already covered and it's their own stuff. And I'm not going to be like any other content creator that goes out there and goes, oh, that's working for someone else, so I'm going to copy it and I'm just going to use it. No, I don't stand for that crap. But what I said is I'm going to take some inspiration from it. So I'm actually going to do specific... I'm also going to do two companies, but I'm going to do two of them that they didn't technically go head to head, but went head to head by improving each other through close proximity. So I'm actually going to do 2004 to 2009 TNA, when it became a weekly TV series, not a TV episodic series, instead of weekly pay-per-views, opposite Ring of Honor. And I'm only going to do 04 to 09, because fuck Hulk Hogan. But I'm thinking I'm going to do something like that, which means I have to go back through them all, watch them, review them, and try and build a video whilst I'm doing it, which means a lot more recorded content. And then well, dropping it, premiering it, which is, for me, it's very hard. I'm not used to doing recorded videos. I go live, as you guys know, so this is new territory for me. But I'm going to factor into some things like that, so we'll see. I'm definitely going to try, but there's other things I want to experiment with on the channel and have some fun. But for now, SmackDown, Collision, no. I can review them, but I'm likely to just do it as little, like, recorded videos. Like, I could do it like that, but I won't be doing it live anymore. So that's that. So there's your channel update. And if you don't like it, tough. Hey James, how are you, buddy? I hope you can hear what I've just said. Give me your thoughts on it. Basically, I'm going to stop these. I'm going to do more of these. And then I'm going to do a TNA versus Ring of Honor series as new content on a weekend, apart from preview shows and reviews. But I actually have one other good thing for everybody. Now, obviously I would love to do interviews on here at some point. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. At some point, I will go back to reviewing them live if it's like a really good episode, but I'm thinking smart wise for the content. I don't think everybody wants to just come and watch a review show. They want to come and get a variety of different things, so you are going to get reviews and fun content at the same time. So here's where the fun kicks in for you guys. I would like to get into doing some interview stuff. Redo some old watch-alongs. Get more with Ailey on the channel. And you'll be seeing Ailey again very soon. Trust me. But I've decided that our loyal community deserves something too. So I have decided every month, this is per pay-per-view that's on, the prediction streams, whoever wins, now listen carefully, whoever wins the prediction show, gets the most predictions correct, you will get this. Alright, Chris, I'm alright. How are you? So I'm completely rewriting the entire plan of the channel. Live. This is all happening right now. Like, this is no ifs, no buts. Like, as of now, these changes are all in. These changes are all now in effect. No, you don't get that. I absolutely will, mate. I absolutely will. I will do whatever I think is best. Because end of the day, I am the owner of this channel. I'm the face of this channel. This channel, I do a variety of it, and it's time to start showing it more in a different way. There's things we haven't talked about on this channel for so long, and we need to get back into that, so we're going to. You want to talk about how badly committed we are to this channel? Look at the total amount of views we've had in the channel since we had to reopen the bloody thing. After fucking New Japan went psycho. That's alright, I appreciate it. You don't get a takeover show. You get to appear on the show. Alright, Fernando, how are you? But yeah. So, before we start this actual proper review, quick recap. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. There will still be a Saturday show, yeah. That won't change. Now, I'm not going to be unfair. Because, again, that's not how things work around here. As it stands, I'm given the next prediction stream slot if he wants to be on the show. The next prediction stream goes to James. James won the Rebellion pay-per-view prediction stream. So it does get him involved. He is there first. Now, we have this to review. Okay. Let's get into this and let's discuss. So, this week's Impact. Was it a good one? Was it a bad one? Where would I have changed it? There's plenty of that, trust me. But quintessentially, where are we? So let's begin. So, the show opens with him. Where is he? Oh, I've done prediction streams for ages. When we preview, we always do predictions, so we do predict and then we do repair. Notice how I've asked you so many times and you never answer. You can't put it all on me. I've asked you so many times. You want to appear? You start asking. I'm done asking people. I'm at that point now where... Exactly, see? You can't put it all on me. That ain't fair. I'm at the point now where I actively want people to want to come on the channel. You know? I want people to come on and talk about what they enjoy about the madness that's pro wrestling. I want people to have fun. Which, for most people, is impossible these days. Yep, they are. They are honestly not making sense anymore. The people are going to say, "Oh, it's biased towards AEW." It's not. I'm a TNA fan before WWE. I'm a TNA fan before AEW. And I'm sick of the system. Because none of them are good enough. I'm sick of telling the truth. And here's a funny thing, and I actually find this funny. See the same people that love to talk down on partnerships, and then they give me a hard time because I'm being too harsh. Here's a funny thing. Remember that I said that TNA are not getting enough out of this partnership with WWE, and I got shit for it on here? You guys remember that? People were giving me shit in the live chat saying I was being too harsh, and that the AEW partnership was not good enough. The WWE partnership's better. And then I've replied back saying, well, I don't really care which one was better. Neither of them have benefited. You guys remember that? You remember that, guys? Well, you know what's funny? Someone owes me a huge apology. And don't worry, it's not this man. But James, Billy, thank you, appreciate it. Someone owes me a huge apology. And it's funnily enough because of this guy right here. First of all, I want to find it. Where is it? In fact, I might have to... Brian Myers, yeah, for all his experience in the business, he really is. He's boring. Santana at Mustafa Ali is a better feud than anything in AEW right now, and it's a better feud than anything in TNA WWE right now. And I'm not kidding. Like, I'm not kidding. And if you think I'm being biased on this, I'm absolutely not. Like, I'm being deadly serious. See if I can find it. Oh, there it is. Oh, but WWE and TNA fans that are blind are saying this partnership's working. Ooh. Come on in. Where's the smoke? Come on in. Where's my apology? Because if he's saying it, it means a lot. Yep. That's incredibly true. They're only chatting TNA during the Santana Ali feud. Which for me is absolutely horrible. And I'm not, before anyone asks, I'm not taking this down for the entire show. This is staying up. No, I'm not asking Mark Henry for an apology. Mark Henry's fine. Mark Henry actually reiterated what I've been saying this entire time. It's people on Twitter that are saying this partnership is great for TNA. Well, if it's so great, then why is a wrestling legend coming out and saying TNA deserve to get more? And he's the only one that's saying it on that busted pish. You don't hear Bubba Chubba saying anything. You don't hear that compromised moron David LaGreca saying anything. You don't see Ice-T's kids saying anything. Nick Nemeth won't say anything, but that's because he's actually getting to enjoy what he's doing as a work. Mark Henry's got no affiliation to TNA whatsoever. And he's saying they deserve to get more out of this than with WWE. But here's the funny thing, before anyone says, oh, point scoring, Ice Cube, Ice-T, get a peach tea. I don't care what he's called. The guy's a moron. And yet he was on the Rebellion countdown show. Why? What the fuck does he know? Nothing. And before anyone says this about, oh, where was this energy for AEW to TNA? Oh, they never featured any talent on their shows. I already said that I was a particular fan of that partnership either. Before anyone tries and uses that against me. And Craig, you're spot on. You're completely spot on. And James, the whole partnership thing merging together, it always goes wrong. It always goes wrong. Because eventually it becomes a monopoly, and that's not what a partnership is. Triple A is not a partnership. That's a full-fledged takeover. And here's the reality. The fact that Mark Henry is saying this says a lot. Mark Henry, who was in WWE full-time from 1997, because that's when he went full-time, because he had an injury in 96, so he never really got going. So 1997 till 2013, Mark Henry was full-time. He won a world title. He got to main event shows. He got a Hall of Fame. His son's now signed to WWE. And he's come out and said that TNA are not getting enough out of this whole partnership. What does that make you? And I'm asking you specifically if you're a WWE fan here, not a TNA fan. But how does that make you feel that someone like this is questioning their decisions, their loyalty, their work ethic towards another company that they're meant to be in a partnership with? None of your, oh, he tried to fake retire on Raw. Just a genuine question. Because as a TNA fan, I already said it, I was very doubtful about this partnership anyway, because I didn't think it was going to do anything. The only good thing to come from this partnership is Mustafa Ali and Nick Nemeth staying with TNA. But I'm getting no excitement from the constant appearances of NXT talent that, let's be real, aren't good. Go and look at the NXT talent that are getting featured. Most of them are absolute horse shit. JC Jane, awful. Like, top tier awful. Fucking Wesley's the only talent that's come over that's been worth watching. It tells you everything that Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer haven't mentioned anything about how unequal the partnership has been. Tommy Dreamer is the one that annoys me the most. Because he's on the TNA creative team. He's the head of the creative team. He should be more vocal about this. Now, Bully Ray is an absolute random. Like, the guy doesn't understand. He claims it. Oh, Uncle Bully will save you. Feck off, you donkey. This is what I say when I get annoyed about certain actions that are taken. This I don't appreciate and I don't like. A partnership can go well if it's a partnership, not a one-sided dictatorship. But hey, I'm being so harsh because I hate WWE. I don't hate WWE. I hate when people say it's a partnership when it's literally not. And I will say this, and this is where I'm going to come at AEW fans for a minute, because this is what annoys me. So I'm going to turn on AEW fans for a second. AEW fans, for all your passion about pro wrestling, and 100%, it's wonderful. It all stems from AEW. The same promotion that you have called irrelevant for years. Without TNA, there's no Ring of Honor. And without Ring of Honor, there's no increased interest in some of the talent from New Japan. And without that, there's no AEW. Tony Khan absolutely took a bet on this, and he invested heavy and he bought the damn thing 100%. Cool. But that all comes from this company. And this isn't an insult on any of those companies. Like, it's not an insult to those companies. It's just a fact. The only difference is AEW 100% has what TNA has lacked for years. Massive financial capability. That is what does AEW a massive help. That's not an indictment on TNA. It's plain and simple. The financial power that AEW has is why AEW will constantly be able to innovate and change themselves, whereas TNA need to do it in a different way. And that's what makes these two companies special. But the same fans that say that company's irrelevant, just remember what company you were a fan of before you decided to just completely take shots at them. Just remember that. For a long time, yeah, they were. And at one point they were doing far better TV and pay-per-views than WWE. What made them lose the will was bringing in Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, and signing talent that, quite frankly, were fucking broken down. The Nasty Boys, Bubba the Love Sponge, to name 3. They were all finished. Orlando Jordan in his creepy gimmick. Didn't need all that. Big contracts to talent that can't go anymore over the talent that actually were doing great things for the company itself. That's why I want TNA to get rid of MJF, AEW to get rid of MJF. Because he's not doing them any favours now. There's logic. Not insulting anybody, not targeting anybody. I'm just unequivocally proving how much of a problem certain portions of fan bases really are. Now, WWE fans, I'm going to come back to you for just a second. Your treatment towards Samantha Irvin is absolutely disgusting. It's absolutely vile now. It's so beyond anything else. It's disgusting. Right, anyway, so let's start with this show. So TNA starts with World Champion Joe Hendry in the ring. He gets happy birthday chants. Okay, cool. he discusses how he was attacked at the Rebellion pay-per-view, which he should have lost the championship. Big stupid mistake. That he was attacked by Trick Williams. He confirmed that he went to NXT looking for him, but he got jumped by the Dark State. Blah de blah de blah. And then says that TNA has the best roster. No, they have some of the best young wrestlers, but it's not the best roster. But it's probably the most unified roster. I think that's what he should have said. He calls out Trick Williams, and Williams doesn't come out to the ring. Instead, he appears on the screen. But as he's obviously getting ready for the NXT Battle Royal, the winner, is it Roadblock? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't watch a lot of NXT, but the winner of the Battle Royal gets a title shot against Obafemi at the next pay-per-view. Is that not Roadblock? Again, I'm asking. Is it Roblox? I don't know. I only particularly watch if it's Stephanie Vacour or Julia or Roxanne Perez on. Sometimes Jordan Grace, because Jordan Grace is alright. I just can't watch the men in NXT. They're awful. You haven't watched since the Black and Gold days. That's a long time. It's a good 6 years. But Tricky Dicky, as he's got no willy in the billy, which is an absolute weird line, that was cringe. He confirms that he is watching and he'll be preparing to do battle tonight. But we'll see. Backstage, I don't know if it is Billy. I don't know. That's why I asked. I really don't know. If it's Battleground, then cool. Someone can correct me because I don't know. I really don't know. Backstage, following their manic barbed wire massacre, which again I praised some of it and I critiqued a lot of it from the Rebellion review show. Sami Callihan, Matt Warner are talking about the match. And regardless of not trusting each other, both men shake their hands and said that they're done for now. Which I actually like that. A bit of sportsmanship. Confirming that they'll circle back to each other, but for now, they've got other things to focus on. New fish to fry. And that's how it should be. That's how you end a feud. Barbed Wire Massacre, you can't do another match after Barbed Wire Massacre. It doesn't make any sense. Barbed Wire Massacre is brutal as hell. If you want to see a perfect example, just wait till you see this. This right here is an absolute masterpiece. See if I can find. Might not be. Will I get something like that? I doubt it. No, I won't. Yeah, Battleground is this month. That's fine. Cheers. I wasn't sure it was that or Roadblock, so I appreciate it. This right here. Actually, maybe better. Can I find it on? I can't play it. I wonder if I can get it. Behave. if you ever get a chance, watch this match. This right here is the best barbed wire massacre match. This thing is brutal. And how the hell TNA managed to convince them to do this is wild. I'm not even joking. How they managed to get away with it, I'll never know. Crazy. But violent. Yeah. It was actually the first barbed wire match in the US, I believe, since Sabu versus Terry Funk. You know, the match that got deemed too extreme for ECW and too extreme for TV. This was the first barbed wire match in the US since then, on a mainstream major US promotion. Barbed wire massacre. It was a fucking massacre. Crazy ass bastards, the two of them. Anyway, moving on. We get a beautiful match, squash match, from Mike Santana. He's up against Isaiah Moore, and Mustafa Ali is obviously wrangling after his defeat to Santana in the Falls Count Anywhere match at Rebellion last weekend. Honest to God, it's TNA's best match of the year so far, but that match and what Santana said in his promo comes up to me with what I've been saying is right all along. It's the best feud in over a year, and it should be for the World Championship. They have to make this a world title feud, especially if they want to have a great summer. They have to do this. This promo was excellent. Santana's energy is ahead of its game right now, and also he is so fucking over. We need this. I deserve this. What's that old phrase? Oh, that's it. Give me what I fucking want. It must, yeah. Because there isn't much they can do that tops this. There virtually isn't. Steve Macklin also makes his way to the ring. He's advertised to discuss the show. Obviously, he got choked from the ropes like a hanging situation. Prediction date so I don't miss it. Well, I've got Double or Nothing and Backlash this month, so there's a hint. If you want to be on them, you need to start looking yourself. You need to look up when the pay-per-views are, blood. This was, in my opinion, the best segment on the show that had no correlation to a match in terms of what Macklin delivered. I was very impressed. I think overall, Macklin winning was the right decision anyway. Because again, it's a new title. You've got to have. You can't just have the title change hands straight away. I always do the previews the day of the show. Macklin gets tied up in the ropes. He gets absolutely brutalized. Really, really good. They're not done with this feud, but I think they have to get to whatever's going to take the feud to the final stage. That's how it should be, but we'll see what happens. We do get an X Division title match, but before I get to that, I want to talk about... Yeah, no worries, bud, no worries. We get the X Division title match between Zachary Vance and Moose. Good match for both of them, actually. I think this was actually quite a decent match, but still, they need to get that title off Moose. He shouldn't be holding it. Like, they physically need to get the title off him. There's nothing left for him to do with it. There's no one realistically for him to put over. It's becoming a concern that they're not willing to take the title of him. They should. I think he'll be world champion again at some point. I don't know when, but I think he will. I'm confident of that. Moose does win, of course, so there's no real change there. Cody Deaner comes out. This is a horrible segment. Like, this is genuinely horrible. Cody Deaner is on... Like, he's an agent for TNA and he still competes. I'm sorry, but he should not be wrestling anymore. Yep. He isn't good enough for the title itself. He isn't good enough for it. And instead of allowing him to leave in the right way, well... Quite frankly, we get worse. But, hey-ho. One little fun thing did come from this show, though. And I look forward to bringing this up because this is really, really clever. Where is it? Literally just had it. There we go. Yeah, I think he's boring. I don't understand what the crowd sees in him, but yeah. He gets given a title, not a title match, sorry. He gets given a match for Under Siege because he says he's no longer under contract. He wants to, if he's going to extend his contract, he has to do it by winning matches. So Santino Marella gives him a match against Eddie Edwards at Under Siege, which is a TV special basically. It's a pay-per-view special, but it's not pay-per-view. Please don't. Following this, Robert Stone, who used to be in TNA years ago, he was Robbie E. And Alicia Fox, now going by Victoria Crawford. They're here because they want new opportunities, they want to take things further, and of course it leads to this. I think he's a good... I like Robert Stone as well. He's actually better here than he was as Robbie E. He's actually much better character, much better gimmick. Now here's a funny thing about Victoria Crawford slash Robbie E. Sorry, Victoria Crawford slash Alicia Fox compared to the current roster. She doesn't deserve a title shot. She's not had a match in ages, true. But she's also a great talent. So she can work with who they have. And she'll certainly help that division improve. So I don't mind it. Alright, I didn't know that. Ryan Papola was part of the WWE staff cuts. I had no idea he was actually part of it. I think giving her the title shot against Masha's actually a good thing, because that gives Masha a different opponent that she hasn't had. That's something that's actually quite difficult for Masha, is giving her different opponents each time. Because of how, considering what kind of a talent she is, it's very hard to prepare. So I actually like the talent. Also as well, she's actually younger than most talents on the WWE main roster. You wouldn't believe that, but it's true. Just looking for something, 1 second. Yeah, where is it? Somewhere. Something I'm looking for, 2 seconds. Ah, that's the best I can do. Never mind. Are you trying to tell me that Alicia Fox has not had one good match? Fernando, come on, that's ridiculous. Like, look at her matches that she had with Beth Phoenix. Look at the matches that she had with Mickie James. The matches she had with Alexa Bliss. She had good matches with Natalya. Come on. You're better than that. She's actually a really good worker. She had good matches with Melina as well. There's some matches she really did have that were crap though, but I think you're being a bit maybe a little bit harsh there. Alright, buddy. You especially, Abul, might like the fact that I'm changing up the channel. To say one of the best under 10-minute matches you're going to see is... I don't think that could ever realistically work, but it's a decent match. It's a decent match, but one of the best under 10, Either way, it's a reflection. It's a good match, but he still should have lost. That title's got to come off him. I honestly don't care what anyone says. Up next, we get a very pointless match, even though it relates to the Rebellion women's match that was horse shit. But Maggie Lee has a match with Jodie Fret. Jodie Fret wins. Cool. Cool. God almighty, Danny Luna needs to get freed from her. Indy Hartwell gets interviewed next. It's not a bad thing. She thanks people for supporting her. Kind of her to say she's not here to be a knockout. She's here to be the knockout. Indy Hartwell is Knockouts champion at some point. Not a bad idea. Indy Hartwell's a good technical wrestler and she's good on the mic. I've got no issue with that. I think it's actually a smart move. Are we going to get it though? I don't know. Yeah, I'm reviewing Impact. No. No. She shouldn't be. You got to look at this from a different perspective. Under Siege is not a pay-per-view. It's a TV special. It's an Impact TV special. Like, Indy Hartwell should be getting the pay-per-view event. Whereas what you can do with what you can do essentially with Indy Hartwell is you can build Indy Hartwell up to taking the title on pay-per-view, like Slammiversary, for example. It's wiser to do things differently. It kinda is. I mean, TNA do a year. TNA does 5 pay-per-views a year, and they do like 4 or 5 TNA TV specials. So Under Siege, Unbreakable, they're TV specials, whereas Bound for Glory, Turning Point, Hard to Kill, Rebellion, Slammiversary are the pay-per-views. And that's what really does matter. So you gotta think about it like that. It's very clever. It's very smart. Now, let's just quickly recap for Abul. So Abul, for you to know this, these are stopping. I'm going back to these, so Ring of Honor we'll bring back from next week. More indie stuff, New Japan. We'll try some CMLL. We're going to do a TNA versus Ring of Honor series as well, and more gaming stuff. That's going to replace SmackDown and Collision. And then on the preview shows, when we do our predictions, the winner will be announced on the review show. The winner of the predictions The winner of the predictions will then get to be on the next prediction show and the next TV as well. The next TV review show we do. Yeah, SmackDown's no more SmackDown, buddy, for a long time. Things are changing up. I'm making serious changes to the channel. I'm going to start potentially covering classic NWA as well, which would be fun. Not some of the new stuff, but classic stuff. I'm going to cover the... I'm thinking I might cover the Crockett Cup. But that's about it. Absolutely. That's what I'm going to look at. Yeah, that's true. But either way, I'm buzzing for the reality that we're going to get more of what we see, but we have to build on it. Yes, that's on the list. Like, some of that stuff is on the list that I want to do, so you're going to see a whole variety of things, and I'm going to plan it out. One thing I need to do as well, like, we're going to do more quiz shows, and we're going to do more interactive stuff as well, so you guys will all be involved. You just got no idea how you're going to be involved until I tell you. Now, if you look in the top center, two young talents. On the right is who I think is the best young British talent right now, in Leon Slater. And then his opponent, Casey Navarro, has come into his own. I really like watching these two, and this was a fun match to watch. Now, Slater did win. He's gunning for revenge because he failed to win the TNA X Division title at Rebellion, which technically he did win, but the stupid way they've went about it just doesn't make any sense. Which I really can't tolerate. I cannot understand why they would take away from him. It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, I agree, Abu. The guy's awesome. He's in my top 3 for TNA wrestlers, like, that are simple. Obviously, Nick Nemeth's in there, so 4. Slater, Nemeth, Santana, Ali are my top 4. I'm not telling you the order. You guys have got to guess. But I think they're incredible. Yeah, exactly. He's 20 years old. What's up, Fletch? This is how you need to know that when I tell you that it's a TV special and not a pay-per-view, this is why. Because, again, TNA, you're making a mistake. This match here has been signed for Under Siege. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the poster. I think the poster is actually really cool. I'll show you just now. He's better than Javon Evans in my opinion. I think Javon Evans is a walking botch fest. And I've seen him botch a lot, but he's exciting. Yeah, I'm the same, James. Like, you could have had Joe Hendry versus Kazarian in a singles title rematch, but no. Like, stupid. But this poster's cool. I quite like it. Oh, I know. I do check. I do keep an eye on UK talent. Like he's still going. Yeah, I met him last a year and a half ago. He's not as bad as you think. See, when you actually look at his style of work, he's actually fitting for the TNA roster at the minute, where they needed someone different. It's actually beneficial. He isn't the best thing going, which I will stand by on. He's not the best thing going, but he's actually quite good. Oh god. You know what? I think you guys deserve. When Reece says, "Oh God," then rant is incoming. Yeah. I think this is a bit of an I think this is not a good idea to make a comparison. I don't think this is fair. I think this is actually a bad idea. What do we say we have a little bit of fun? Yeah, I've seen Thunderbolts. I've watched it on methods. What do we say we have a little bit of fun? Let me just bring this up. I agree. For one, Ricochet, if this had been Ricochet a year and a half ago, absolutely, I'd say Leon Slater wipes the floor with him. But I don't think it's wise to compare, because Leon Slater also, he doesn't have a lot of experience when it comes to mic work. So I don't think that's a wise move. I think that's actually a bit... I think you have to compare to talent around the bit. Just praise one or the other. I still need to go and see the re-release of Revenge of the Sith as well, but this is still one of my favourite promos. And the good thing is, somebody's posted it on Twitter, so I wonder. They're not similar at all. I really hope not, because that will not end well. I think we all deserve a bit of fun, so let's play some classic Scott Steiner, because after all, it is 14 years to the day. Kidding. It's 17 years to the day since this magnificent promo graced our TV screens.
And you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beating me. And then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. See, the three-way at Sacrifice, you got a 33 and a third chance of winning. But I got a 66 and 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even gonna try. So Samoa Joe, you take your 33 and a third chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 and a third chance of winning at Sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning if we used to go one-on-one, and then add 66 and 2/3%. I got a 141 and 2/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice.
I don't care what anyone says, this is generally better than any promo WWE has done in the last 5 years. I'm not even kidding.
All men are created equal.
And I'll say this too, I'll be fair. It's better than pretty much most AEW pay-per-views in the last 5 years as well. It's actually more interesting than any promo out there, because it's just pure genius. Oh, what do you know? On this day in wrestling history, 1987, May 2nd, Kurt Hennig defeated Nick Bockwinkel to become AWA World Champion. Crazy. Kurt Hennig should have been a WWE champion. They got that wrong, bloody idiots. For the record, this is me when I'm being fair towards people when I'm reviewing TV. This is me. This is me as Darth Maul.
Trooper, did you seal the doors? Trooper, if you read this, seal the door. We want to redirect his approach. Over.
Shit got bad, because I'm here. I mean, to be fair, I've got a few, I mean, you got the Vader in me. Scott Steiner was a real math major and teacher after got exactly. If you haven't seen the Pete Williams shoot interviews on working with Scott Steiner during this time, I highly recommend. I've seen plenty. The guy's wild. I don't remember if I already asked you this. Is Braun already better than his dad and uncle? No. I don't think so. I think he's got the. I think Braun Breaker will be better than Rick, but I don't think Braun will ever be better than Scott. Ricochet, in my opinion, WWE with this gimmick, he would be on main event. No, if Ricochet had this exact same gimmick in WWE right now, Ricochet would already be a world champion quicker than Jey Uso. I'm not kidding. Oh, I've already seen that one before. I thought it was really cool. See if we can find some more fun. Kenta Kobashi, after he won the Triple Crown in 96. That's a firm kick. You're crap. Harley Hudson. 900 now. Amazing. And shit goes the fan for General Kenobi. Braun won't be as good technically than his dad, in my opinion, but I reckon he could do well in promo skills better than his uncle if given a chance to go on loose. Remember, his uncle is Scott Steiner. His dad was his dad is Rick Steiner. Guys, I just realised something. We're actually in major trouble. Like, I've just realised something before I review the main event. Oh. I would say a grade C. Scott was so much better as a US or tag team champion. Yeah, Rick was technically better, like technically good, but Scott was far better on all platforms. I'm not sure about that being smacked on the head being your main thing does not sound main event to me. No, he gets smacked on his head. That's not his gimmick. You know what's funny is you would have Jey Uso as the main event because he does yeet. Simple fact, Ricochet's a better promo and a better wrestler than Jey Uso, and he's much more clear, in my opinion, that he'd be a world champion. And I don't think either would be my world champion anyway. Speaking of Jey Uso, the fucking imbecile, this is also a concern. We are 5 weeks away from Money in the Bank, and there's not a single build. Bear in mind, Backlash is coming up fast as well. Like, no kidding. Backlash is in 8 days. What on earth is going on? That is ridiculous. Anyway, main event is a 6-man tag. Kazarian and the new tag team champions, the Nemesis versus Joe Hendry and the former tag champs, the Hardys. The heels win, as expected. Before Jimmy was injured for almost a year, he was a better brother. Jimmy still is better than Jey Uso, in my opinion. Naomi should win Money in the Bank. 100% no. Absolutely not. The heels win the match. Again, this just shows indictment of why would you have the heels win this when you couldn't even have Joe Hendry lose his title at Rebellion. Bad decision by TNA. And then to end the show, you've got Trick Williams who attacks Joe Hendry. Wow, big wow. Let's see. What we'll do is I'll bring up next week's show. I'll bring up what we've got for next week. Most occasions, unless you're the Hart family, for me, the Money in the Bank should be Chelsea Green. She's the right choice. Let me just get the the card for next week's show. So Mustafa Ali returns to action. He'll be one-on-one with Trey Miguel. Victoria Crawford will be making her debut before she gets her title match. Steve Macklin will be in the main event up against Eric Young for the international title. So we've got a title match main event. That'll be good. I'm looking forward to that. And that's what's been confirmed so far. Jay should drop the yeet thing and be more serious, but I still take him more serious with Ricochet and that laugh. If you take Jey Uso more serious than Ricochet, then I don't know what to expect from people. Because it's just flat out stupid. The guy's an absolute dork. He does nothing remotely interesting. The laugh is only part of the gimmick. Remember that. It's obvious they don't believe in Chelsea. I know. They're idiots. Like they're flat out fucking idiots. Yeah, so so Under Siege is just a TV special. Then we've got Slammiversary in July, which will be absolute top tier. A lot of California shows. Let's see. Chelsea screen for Money in the Bank, and for the men's, I think there won't be a winner. Rumors Cena wants to win, so no one can. I've seen that. I don't think they'll ever allow it though. I don't think they actually. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't think it'll be as good. I've said this should be the last year Money in the Bank as a pay-per-view. I think Money in the Bank as a concept needs to go. I've said it for quite a while. It's not as fun anymore. But they'll never learn. Should Kaz get the strap? He should have won at Rebellion, but he's not getting it now, so. There's actually a weird kickoff show on the WWE channel right now. I'm not watching that. Fuck that. But shout out to Tam Nakano and Meiko Sakamura. They've now officially retired and left Stardom. I'm going to do some Stardom stuff over the summer. That's going to be fun. And then obviously the G1 stuff is coming back as well. So we're going to hit it. And we've got a new subscriber, 306. Incredible. We are having fun here. But please do hit the like button, subscribe as well, and share this if you can. Before we get out of here, in the midst of the dark, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's obviously been here, supporting the channel, supporting everything. So remember, tomorrow there's no SmackDown review. But late in the day, I'll be doing a gaming stream, so keep your eyes peeled for that. It is Star Wars this weekend as well, so I'll be doing some Star Wars stuff as well on the channel, so keep an eye out. It's a bank holiday for us on Monday, so you'll see a stream on Monday that'll be fun. Might do back-to-back Star Wars stuff, but you're gonna see some excellent stuff. I can say that for sure. Brian Cage got a push before he got injured. He's still going to get a push. He's never going to be world champion again. Josh Alexander's already going to be one of the top guys. It won't be long before he holds a title. Trust me. I already said Josh Alexander would be one of the top guys before he even gets signed to AEW. I'm going to be right again. But guys, I'm liking 90-minute TV review streams, so we're gonna go with that time frame. But I will see you tomorrow, so please do keep an eye out for more what's to come, and especially because people are gonna get rewarded, and you can bank on that. But in the meantime, I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you, and I bid you Good night.